Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a great Friday show lined up. We got some stuff to give away. Got a special guest here. Got a famous Friday fishing forecast. All that rolled into a 30-minute outdoor show. So be sure and stay tuned, and we got all kind of good stuff. But let's start with our weather, brought to us by Haney Technical Center at 767-5500, corner Baldwin Road and Highway 77. It's going to be cold tonight. I was sort of chuckling on the way to the show this morning. There'll be a lot of fires built throughout the Panhandle tonight. It's going to get down to 34 degrees here on the coast, and it'll be really cold inland too. I can promise you, probably down to 30, 31 along the inland area. So the water temperature now stayed around 67. The high today now it won't get out of the 50s, so it's just going to be a cool weekend. It'll be a great weekend to be outdoors. I love being outdoors when it's cold, either in the woods or on the water. It really, you know, if the wind's not bad and all, it's going to be really cold and early, but it's going to warm up a little bit during the day. So be aware of that. Our river readings, that plateaued at 0.6, but the Choctahatchee Caryville, we told you during the week that it peaked last night and it's going to start dropping out this morning. It's going to be at a 6.3 and dropping this morning. Now, this rain we've gotten is going to add to a little bit. So we're going to, for the weekend, Choctahatchee River, we're going to be around 5 foot and a little bit of dropping. But if, according to how much rain we get up in Alabama, it may just stay around 5 foot. So be very aware of that. Now, our tide chart, we've been having these neat tides the last couple of days, but now, with it being on the 21st, we've got a little bit of tidal movement. We've got a low tide this morning at 3:05 and a high tide at 4:39 this afternoon. So it'll be a good time for Friday afternoon fishing if you get off work early. It'll be right there at the tide change. So now, today, December 21st, is a winter solstice. You know, I like to talk about this every year, the winter solstice and the summer solstice. Today is the shortest day of the year, December 21st. You know, the sun is at the lowest angle. What it is, the lowest angle of the sun. You know, the sun rays, if you've noticed in the afternoons a bit, the sun's not up here, it's at an angle like that. So now it's going to start going up a little bit as the earth swings around the sun, and we'll start having our days that just start being a few minutes earlier. Looking up there in the left-hand corner, this area right over here, okay, right there is a winter solstice. You can see we're tilted away, but we're close to the sun. That's why the sun's at that angle right there. So be aware that our days start getting longer. All right, we'll take our first break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, and good morning, Brad.
Good morning, Coach.
Good to see you. We're sitting here talking about Christmas and buying everybody presents, getting everything squared away, and it's right around the corner, buddy.
It still hasn't fully hit me yet. My kids are all excited. They got the countdowns going, but I still don't think it's fully hit me yet. It just seems too early.
Yep. Have y'all been busy out of Sun Chambers?
We've been pleasantly steady. We're always slow this time of year. Every year we hope this is the year we're going to have a big Christmas rush. We never have a big Christmas rush. But we are pleasantly steady. I know a handful of y'all are getting kayaks for Christmas, which is always good. We are definitely not singing the blues, but it's not. We don't. Everybody thinks every retail business has that giant spike at Christmas. We just kind of maintain. Which is fine with us. And
you're seasonal too. A lot of people.
Absolutely.
Springtime, you're gonna really peak out some then.
Yep.
But you still have a lot of stuff, and I told you when I talked to you about coming on the show. You know, we'll come on every month and all. And I said, well, bring some little gifts for people want at the last minute, and you always have some really good stuff and all.
Yeah. The go-to baits this year for stocking seem to be just any kind of soft plastic. You know, this is the gold glitter with a glow belly SS minnow that everybody's used to seeing here.
That's a good lure right there.
I mean, it really doesn't matter. I had a pack of SS minnows in my truck, so the reason I went ahead and brought these. But the Trigger X this year has been super hot. Another reason I didn't bring, a lot of your baits now come scented, so we actually can't physically pull them out and lay them on the desk. We're going to smell like fish all day. You know, just any kind of soft plastics. I don't care what type of fishing somebody does. Sometimes Christmas, you always get the things, oh, you're always excited, but you're like, man, this isn't exactly what I fish with or exactly what I wanted. But that's okay, because a lot of times that new bait that your wife or significant other bought you that you weren't quite wanting, you fish it one day and you start catching fish, and that's how you expand your horizon. Everybody gets stuck in ruts, a velvet rut, whatever you want to call it. You're successful in what you're doing, but you aren't, as successful as you want to be. Well, mix things up. I used to love the month of February, trout season being closed, and everybody just gasped when they hear me say that. Well, one, if you can't keep any fish, you aren't afraid not to catch fish, and you start experimenting. My fishing every February peaked a little bit, and it made me a better angler because I threw a different bait, I threw something else. That's also what happens around Christmas time is you get different stuff you aren't used to throwing. Go ahead and fish it. Don't take it back. Just honestly, 90% of all fishing tackle works.
Yeah, and we said that too about the old plugs and all the different colors. Red and white used to be the original color, and then it went out of style, then it came back in style. So colors, that's some really reliable colors right there.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's why we have a tackle box. They have all the different colors. I mean, if you look at people's tackle boxes and those colors, that's what they like, just different colors.
Absolutely.
So.
And don't forget to grab a few jig heads along with those soft plastics. We have the Joe jigs that I've personally been fishing with for a bunch of years that are good jig heads. Slayer Inc. is a new brand we brought in. They're made in Jacksonville, made in the USA. We have a bunch of lures that are made in the USA. I was literally blown away when I saw a few of them. DOA's always been made in Jacksonville. Their jig heads are poured just north of here in Bonifay or Bluntstown or something. I mean, DOA jig heads are, in my mind, a locally produced jig head. And there's a lot of companies in Jacksonville, and we've been trying really hard to figure out what those baits are, make sure they do work and the quality's there. And we're actually finding the quality is significantly higher than China. And they're not that much more expensive. It's definitely, it makes you feel good paying that extra. I mean, you're paying, honestly, I hate to say it, 10% more or something. It's negligible at the end of the year. Yeah,
and it's well worth it too. If you got, Jacksonville's always had a legacy of making baits way back in the early 1900s. They made some artificial shrimp and all, and people love that. And it's right there on the coast, and those guys, they know how to fish.
Absolutely. And a lot of them are tested here in the Panhandle I know of. They're on their way to, everybody goes to Venice, Louisiana to test their baits because they need to get pictures of big fish with baits hanging in their mouth. Majority of them stop off in Panama City, the Destin, Fort Walton Beach area, mostly Panama City to fish West Bay so they can get, different sceneries and, say, look, we didn't have to go to Louisiana. Louisiana with a bare hook and some peanut butter and catch fish. So a lot of good baits are actually tested here in our home waters that nobody ever knows about.
All right, let's you're right on all that. We won't tell about all the secret spots. We'll tell them a lot of them, though. Let's take this break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, we're glad you're with us this Friday morning. We got some stuff we're going to be giving away at the end of this little segment, but before we do that, first we've got some little gift ideas you're talking about. We're talking about these every year, those flashlights.
Absolutely.
I just love those.
These are the crank flashlights. What you do is you just flip it, turn it. If you crank it for 1 minute, it will give you 1 hour of battery life. Fully waterproof, fully operational. It floats. It has LEDs. You got the one, you got the two, then also has the emergency strobe. What I like about this particular floating flashlight, there's a ton of floating flashlights on the market. 9 times out of 10, they float just like this. And if you drop it overboard, if your light's on, you're never going to see it. Well, this one will actually float with the majority of the light out of the water, so you can actually find it. So let's face it, if you're using a flashlight, it's probably dark outside. Hopefully, it's already on. Something's going to happen. You need to be able to see it. So these are great. They're $15. You say you saw them here on the show, we'll mark $5 off of them.
Oh, that's a heck of a deal.
$10 a pop.
Folks, I really believe in these. A couple years, 2 years ago, I got several for myself. Then I started buying them for presents, and they're just excellent little presents for people.
And you can take them out of this clamshell design and just slip them right in a stocking. They work great. I have two in my truck. My wife, everybody in my family member has one of these in their cars. Because if something happens, we all have the big mag flashlights, but 9 times out of 10, those batteries are dead. I don't know how. You never use those batteries in the big flashlights, but they're always dead for some reason. So it's not the greatest flashlight in the world. We tell everybody that. I mean, you aren't going to go out and just go walking through the woods with it, but it's great for what its purpose is. You need some light in a pinch when it's dark. It's way better than using your cell phone that I see everybody doing, trying to get in their car doors and stuff. So the crank flashlights, these are $15 in the store, and we're not going to tell you they're 10. You got to say, we're on Panhandle Outdoors, and we heard you had these marked down, and we'll change them.
Oh, very good.
I'm about my 4th or 5th year talking about this bag right here. It's changed. It used to be a light blue, then it was a yellow color. It's made by a company called Aquapack. It's made over in New England. It's a wonderful bag. It is basically a Ziploc bag on steroids, if people want to call it that. you flip open these knobs. It'll open.
All right.
You slide your cell phone in it, and believe it or not, this has patented technology in this clamshell design right here. When you actually close this joker shut and flip the two little tabs down, this is 100% waterproof, up to like 15 feet. I put my iPhone in here. I use my iPhone as an underwater video camera. And then I got away from using this when LifeProof came out. Now that we have the new iPhone 5s, they don't have the LifeProofs for them yet. So I've got putting my phone back in here, and I actually like it better for one reason. It dangles around my neck. So when I need it, I can sit here, I can make a call, I can answer an email, I can do whatever I need with the phone in this bag. And it's extremely universal. It'll fit. Well, I've not seen a current cell phone that will not fit in here. Touchscreen works through it just fine. Your sound is muffled just a little bit, but the trade-off of it being waterproof while you're on the water is unbelievable.
Yeah.
We have people that take them on cruises with them. They take, just sitting out by the pool, they'll put their phone in there so their hands aren't wet. If we got an event going on one evening at the shop and I'm giving my girls a bath, if the shop needs to call me, which they always do, my phone's in one of these bags while I'm giving the girls a bath, just in case something happens. My phone's safe.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And these are great outdoorsman gifts. Everybody, and outdoors you run the water so much, like you said.
Absolutely.
You just get in the habit of doing that.
Even if you're hunting and you're not around the water, something's going to get wet. I mean, you run into water about everywhere you go.
Yeah. You had mentioned, we always talking about outdoorsmen doing good things for people and all, and you had mentioned real quick about this Hearts Across America.
Yeah, Hearts Across America. It's Only Grace Ministries is doing the Hearts Across America. They have this traveling mural. I've been getting picture updates of it. Obviously, it happened real quick. They're going to hand deliver this mural as well as a bunch of handwritten cards and letters to the families of the shootings up in Connecticut. I don't know a person that didn't cry tears over that in America, especially people with little kids. So this is obviously very near and dear to my heart. They're going to be out at the shop Saturday morning from 11 to 1 or 10 to 1. If you want to come out, drop off a card, just say hey, just give them hugs, wish them good luck, whatever you want to do. And they also have other drop-off locations throughout the shop, throughout the town. If you go to onlygraceministries.com or just Google Hearts Across America, Panama City, it'll come up. They got Facebook events, just tons of stuff happening with that event.
No, that's a great way to help out on that. And like I say, that's this Saturday, right?
This Saturday.
Be tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Now let's get ready to give stuff away. You got any more stuff?
I always got more stuff. Lures, Spook Juniors.
That's a good one.
This is a great lure here. I know a lot of redfish are caught off of these baits.
Super Spook.
Super Spook. There we go. The bait's in there backwards. I was looking at the bait. You were looking at the writing. But basically, if you take away one thing for me being here today, and it's just don't forget about the small knick-knacky stuff for stockings. Instead of putting deodorant, combs, socks, all that honestly boring stuff in there to try to make them smell better.
That Super Spook has caught a lot of fish this past summer.
It has.
It really has.
And we got them in a ton of colors.
Yeah.
The Rapala SSW11 is one of the go-to redfish baits in this town. We've really expanded our tackle selection this last fall after all the shows that Captain Wade and I have gone to. So, we're out there and we just aren't going to sell you a bunch of junk.
That's right.
You come in, we're going to sell you stuff that we fish with.
And people coming in the shop all the time telling different things they're catching.
Absolutely.
All right.
And we're gullible. We believe all of them.
This is our Christmas giveaway. We've given away stuff all week long, and everybody's been waiting for this. This is the hottest item that I've seen for outdoorsmen, for the kids and all. We talked about this. This is a real roaster. The handle turns, and the little fork turns around, and it's for marshmallow roast. And a lot of people, we showed it that morning, and they sold out that day at Blue Water Outrigger, and nobody could find any. So if you find any this summer, hold on to them for Christmas.
Absolutely.
And you're going to get some next year, probably.
I'm going to hunt for it. I'll call Brent down there at Blue Water and see where they got it.
All right, that's a great. So we're going to give away that, along with Jeff Peck's A Walk Through Nature. These two items will be what we're giving away today for Christmas for our viewers. Okay, Brad, we're going to let you draw the name out. All right. Y'all stirred up?
I don't know why I always dig to the bottom.
That's what we were supposed to.
That's it.
Ted Turnbow. Ted Turnbow. Okay, Ted, you are the winner. We got your name on here, and we're going to have it up there. Now, also, it's a Friday before Christmas, and also our Tarpon Dock Seafood giveaway. We always two items from Tarpon Dock Seafood. And the first item will be a $25 gift certificate, and the second item will be a big old red snapper. And that, Christmas time is always good for seafood.
We have everybody always has Christmas hams and turkeys. We have a Christmas red snapper.
Do you really?
Yes, we do.
That's cool.
My grandfather, who's getting old, he still gets up. He still dresses the fish. And I mean, it's a whole drawn out process.
That's a family tradition.
It's a family tradition.
That's
the red
cool.
snapper with. Don't be mad at me, Granny, if I say this wrong. It has some kind of tomato sauce over it.
Okay.
It's unbelievably delicious.
We have to share that one day.
Easy now. Those are,
all right, here we go.
Stephen's family secrets.
$25 gift certificate to Sharpen Dock Seafood, one of the great sponsors here.
Ben Bryant.
Ben Bryant. Okay, Ben, you're the winner, $25. Now let's go ahead and get put Ben on. All right, now we're gonna get ready for the red snapper with the Stephen family recipe.
That one's gonna cost you.
All right, here we go.
Sam Moore.
Sam Moore up in Freeport, Florida. Got a lot of viewers up there in Freeport. All right, now we've been giving away a lot of stuff. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our final break, but let's look at our time for the day. Our outdoor times, we're looking at 6:30 to 8:30 this morning. We're right 6:30 to 8:30, right on the edge of that. And then this evening from 6:53 to 8:53. That's our outdoor times for today, fish and game forecast. All right, we're going to take our final break and come back with our famous Friday fishing forecast. All right, welcome back. Sitting here for our famous Friday fishing forecast. Brad's going to help me out on it, and we'll get started down. This is brought to us by Sharpen Dock Seafood, and we'll get started down at Carabel. I was down there last Friday for their big Christmas party. Got to talk to a lot of outdoors and a lot of fishermen down there. And right now they're saying the best, the Christmas time is always a great time to fish the mouth of the Carabel River. Okay, the mouth of the Carabel River. We'll show that if we can get up to the mouth of the Carabel River. Right here, okay, right there. In the mouth of the Carabel River, it comes out of here into the bay, and these guys like to fish right here in the mouth. And then if it gets really cold, they'll move up in here a little bit. It's an excellent fishing. You don't have to get too far from shore, too far from Sea Quarters Marina, and that's a good report from over there. Now let's go over to Apalachicola Bay. The hot fish over there right now is the sheephead. I talked to Blair Morgan, got a report from him this week, and all his buddies are catching a lot of sheephead. And while they're catching them now, I'm going to show you a spot they're catching them. It's out of East Point. Right out of East Point, if you know the area very well, there's an old bridge that comes in here, and you just can't see the outline. I may even enlarge it a little bit more so you can see it better. This is a new bridge that comes right through here, and that's the old bridge that connects to, it actually dead ends there. But guys get on that bridge and really catch a lot of sheephead, and then around the causeway right there. That's a good spot too. So, and also then on the backside of St. Vincent Island, they're holding some redfish, and the backside of St. George Island, where the bridge comes in, right east of there, has some good speckled trout catches. All right, now let's come on over here. Brad, we're going to get into St. Joe Bay. St. Joe Bay has been holding up really good with sheephead too. And the canal should be really good with this cold weather. I promise you there'll be a lot of folks in that St. Joe Canal this weekend. So be ready for that, and just give folks room and all, and there'll be some good fishing in the canal there at Highland View. Now coming over here to St. Andrew Bay. Brad, let's start with you first. What are some reports you're getting in our local system? The
giant redfish in the pass on an outgoing tide. They're throwing any kind of topwater lures for it, and they're just having an absolute blast. I haven't got a lot of reports of a lot of the bigger fish being caught. A lot of that mid-30s, which is a good fish, but sometimes, we get lower 40s in the pass this time of year.
Yeah.
Definitely lots of redfish in the pass. We got a new bait. It's a Trigger X crab that we can't wait to get out there and give it a whirl. It looks just like a little crab. It's scented. You toss it upstream, let it roll back down to you. You're probably going to get blown up on.
Okay, I might come out and get one this weekend for part of my Christmas present.
We'll be there. Buy it for yourself.
That's funny you said that report, because I got the same report too from my folks. So the outgoing tide, I've had some pictures on Facebook. Some of the students have been out there just having a ball in the afternoon with that tide going out.
Absolutely.
Now I also got some sheephead report around the West Bay Bridge.
Very good report.
Have you talked about that?
Everybody's coming in. It's weird. This time of year we get people that, can we get the smallest shrimp you have? And I'm like, I know where you're going. Then everybody else is like, we want the biggest shrimp you have. But small shrimp, fiddler crabs, you got to catch them yourself. Are great around the pylons up there on the West Bay Bridge. They're having great success with sheep's head up there.
Also, I wrote down here the steam plant canal now will be hot this weekend, literally hot both ways because the warm water is going to be bringing them in, but there'll be a lot of folks going in the steam plant canal. Remember, it's release only, but it'll be some fun fishing. And I've got a picture of Nick Johnson was up there Wednesday afternoon and caught 2 big old gator trout.
Just remember, you cannot catch bait in there either. The bait, everybody goes in there to throw a cast net to catch the fish in there. You cannot do that. If the fish is in there, it's catch and release only. So you got to catch your bait, buy it, catch it outside, then take it in the canal. Also, the west end of the beach, they've been catching a few pompano here and there, very sporadically, and they're using fish bites. Seems to be the go-to bait. They're by the strips. It's the best bang for your buck. You want the little chunks, is what we call the chunks, but the strips are the tape. You buy the longer ones. They're about a foot, 12 inches long, and cut it up yourself. It's less money.
Yeah.
And we have a huge selection of fish bites.
Yeah, and also about 2 weeks ago, and I haven't heard this week, they caught 1 or 2 kings off the end of the pier.
Very sporadically, but yeah.
Yeah. Now, Choctahatchee Bay, real quick, Choctahatchee Bay, they'll have some good fishing over here around the bridge, and around right at the mouth of these creeks here. It's going to be an excellent weekend to fish on the east end of Choctahatchee Bay. Okay? Yep. You had some quickly some rod and reels you want to show
real quick. Reels. Ignore the rod, the reel. This is the Panhandle right here. Panhandle's a great reel. We're in our little over second year of using them. They're great little reels. They hold up extremely well. This is a 2000. We have a very large selection of the Panhandles. Also, the new Symmetry's in stock. This is a $99 reel. The Symmetry's from Shimano. If you're a Shimano guy, they just totally redid their Symmetry F something. Great reel for $100. It might be my favorite $100 reel right now.
Yeah.
And I know we have a short snapper season, grouper season, but a small little reel, something lightweight with a level wind if you have somebody new getting into fishing. It's actually my personal reel here. It was like, you still use a level wind? It's just so simple. We're doing so much out there on the water. I can just crank it. I don't have to worry about, I got all of them. This is honestly my favorite reel because of how light it is. All
right. That's some good stuff right there. Run by Sunjammer and see Brad. They've got all kind of stuff out there for your last-minute Christmas shopping. Brad's just a great sponsor for Panhandle Outdoors. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thank you. Have a Merry Christmas,
Coach. You have a Merry Christmas, too. All right, folks, y'all have a great weekend. Do something good for somebody today. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.